I think Rolls-Royce stock could be about to explode. There's some new news breaking this week, some new policy that's coming in that could mean that Rolls-Royce is going to have a pretty good 12 months ahead of it. In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why. Things haven't looked too pretty of recent, with the stock down 25% over the last 3 months. However, we've seen a bit of an increase over the last month. It's gone up by about 6-7%. That's based on the earnings report that came out. That was pretty good actually, so we'll cover that briefly, but it's not based on this new news that is coming, so we'll come on to that shortly. First off, if we look at the year-end results, and this is where the good news begins. These were released last month, and there's some really positive things to take out of this. Most importantly, the business turned a profit over the last 12 months and made £124 million in profit. Now, you may say, for a business with a market cap of 8 billion, that's not necessarily groundbreaking, but it is groundbreaking if you consider that the previous 12 months they lost £3.1 billion. So they've turned around a 3.1 billion loss into 124 million in the space of 12 months. That's pretty good news. Now, we all know what caused the majority of that loss. It was around the pandemic that hit. It was grounded flights. It was a loss of earnings in a number of different sectors for this business. But Rolls-Royce then used this as an opportunity. What they also did is they laid off 9,000 employees. Now, whilst very sad for those employees, it does mean that £1.3 billion is going to be saved in terms of paying salaries. So that's a significant amount of cash. So it's making it more leaner, it's making it more efficient as an operation, and it's saving a hell of a lot of cash. Now, obviously, we're going to be seeing, and we have been seeing, some increased air flight over the course of the last few months, and we're going to continue to see that increase over the course of the next few months and years as people start to get back to normality. And that's important because Rolls-Royce generates a significant amount of its revenue from servicing these engines. The return of passengers to the air will hopefully provide a boost for this business, much needed. Now, the concerns that we've seen at airports over the last couple of weeks with grounded flights and shortages of staff and stuff, I really do think that is short term. It's people getting back to a significant amount of air travel, and the airports just haven't been able to keep up with that. I do think that's going to go away over the course of the next few weeks, and things are going to get back to a level standard of normality of travel again, whatever normal means these days. And I think that that's going to be, old news very soon. They've also got their military arm. Whilst this is extremely unfortunate given what's going on, Rolls-Royce does make a certain amount of cash from their military side, and the way the world is looking at the moment, that means they're going to be generating a bit more as well. We're not going to dwell on that because I don't really want to talk about that too much. All that is great, and all these things alone will probably see a nice bit of growth within Rolls-Royce over the course of the next 12 months. However, what I am most excited about is this, and we're going to start with two facts. Fact number one: the wholesale price of gas on the European market has increased by 500% in recent months. It's increased so much so that virtually every alternative renewable energy is now more cost effective. Fact number two: with the increased concerns around greenhouse gases and what they are contributing to the atmosphere, the UK, and in fact many other countries and many other industries and businesses, have now set net zero targets. The UK is for 2050. Certain businesses are a lot further ahead than that. I've seen 2040, I've even seen 2030. So the world is moving to a more net zero greenhouse gas contribution way of manufacturing. So number one, energy prices are through the roof. Number two, the whole world is moving to a more sustainable source of energy requirement. With this in mind, also note that the UK next week is going to publish its energy security strategy. This strategy is going to outline how we're going to tackle exactly those 2 points: net zero and affordable, sustainable energy. Now, what they've also, we'll get to the Rolls-Royce bit in a minute, what they've also said is that they do not believe that full-scale nuclear facilities are going to be the solution. They've also said that they do not believe that the existing renewable energy sources from solar, from wind, is not going to meet the demands of this country in the coming years. There is not nearly enough energy made from those sources, so we need another solution. And this is where Rolls-Royce comes in with their SMRs. So SMR stands for Small Modular Reactor, and on their own website it says that our world needs more low carbon power than ever. Rolls-Royce SMR Limited has been established to develop an affordable power plant that generates electricity using a small modular reactor, an intelligent way to meet our future energy needs. Now remember that name because it's going to become common knowledge in the coming years. SMR. What this basically is it's a little mini nuclear power plant. But how they differ from normal Nuclear power plants are much more cost effective to run, cost effective to manufacture, and more cost effective to actually put up. They're more sustainable than any other form of nuclear, and they've got a greater level of capacity for energy output. So these aren't your typical Chernobyls. These are the new wave, the new innovation within nuclear. If we look at the detail a little bit more, so first off, we look at the cost. So these SMRs are much smaller, they're much more efficient, much easier to make, and therefore they cost so much more less than any other form of nuclear energy ever developed. Nuclear energy has always been expensive, not anymore with these things. Second is time to manufacture. Now, because of all of the reasons we mentioned above, you can make these in 1/10 of the time it takes to build a normal nuclear power plant, because those things are massive. The regulation, the safety, the security required in order to be able to do it takes forever. These things are much quicker to knock up. We've developed a way of being able to manufacture 90% of the build within factories. So historically, the way you build nuclear power plants is you go to the site, you transport everything, you're exposed to the elements. It's a bit of a nightmare. These can actually, 90% of them, be built within a controlled environment and then transported to their final position. And that in itself is a completely new and innovative way of manufacturing power plants. It actually bloody revolutionizes the process, if I'm honest. And thirdly is scale. These bad boys can be knocked up and shipped out as and when desired. Don't forget, Rolls Royce is a private business. There's no exclusivity to the UK here. The UK is the first place they're going to be launching these because, well, that's where they're based. Pending the success of that, they could roll out throughout the whole world, and they can really ship these and make and manufacture and put these in place very, very quickly. And really, the only reason any of this would work is if it was a genuinely sustainable, clean, green, whatever you want to call it, solution. And as Rolls-Royce have put it themselves on their website, a single Rolls-Royce SMR power station will occupy the footprint of 2 football pitches and power approximately 1 million homes. It can support both on-grid electricity and a range of off-grid clean energy solutions, enabling the decarbonization of industrial processes and the production of clean fuels such as sustainable aviation fuels and green hydrogen to support the energy transition in the wider heat and transportation sector. So basically what all of this means is it can do a load of cool stuff in terms of energy, and it can do it really cost effectively. It can do it in a really sustainable way, and they're ready to start rolling these out. They also look pretty badass, but that's not really going to make that much more cash. It's just an added benefit, I suppose. When and if Rolls-Royce can start making these in any sort of great scale, that's why I think this business is about to take off. So this policy that comes out this week is going to change all of this. It's going to open up all of these doors as far as I'm concerned, and we could be on the brink of an absolute explosion within this stock price. Could drop to zero. Don't forget, I'm no financial advisor. I'm no expert on these things. This is just my opinion. There is still one thing hanging over the business that I want them to get right, and that is around the reappointment of a new CEO. So Warren East has left. He was brought in to stabilize, and he's done a great job. We looked at the numbers, they've gone from 3 billion down to 124 million up. He's done what he needed to do, but they need someone to come in now that's going to really push this business forward. So I really do hope they get that appointment right. Now, the only reason we invest into any of these businesses is trying to grow our own wealth. And the best way of doing that in the UK is by filling up our ISA. Now, I managed to do that last year. And in this video, I explain exactly how I did.